everyone, it's me, Courtney. Please meet Kyle Peterson, a 10-year-old boy with Down syndrome. Some history on Down syndrome. First identified in 1866 by John Langton Down. It was one of the first conditions to be linked to a genetic abnormality in 1959 by a Swedish geneticist and his team when they found the extra chromosome in people with Down syndrome. Most commonly occurring chromosomal anomaly and most deeply researched. Today, 1 in every 691 babies are born in the U.S. with Down syndrome. Kyle lives at home with his parents, his 2 older brothers, and his 2 dogs. His designation is a K, which is a mild intellectual disability. He loves reading, soccer, being social, dogs, and camping. His dislikes are unknown transitions, chores, tidying up, and structured music class. Kyle is a relatively healthy boy with Down syndrome. He passes all his hearing and heart checkups and doesn't even have any co-occurring designations. He does, however, wear glasses and takes pill for his hypothyroidism. His exceptionality was not completely evident at birth and was only confirmed the next day after a rapid blood test was completed to confirm the presence of extra material from chromosome 21. His strength is that he's very social and lots of friends. He loves PE, art, and science. At recess, he loves to kick the ball around with his friends. He thrives on routines and uses scheduled boards in school. His CEA guides him through his modified adaptive learning plan, and at home he loves to read in his room, play Lego, card games, and camping, just to name a few. Where Kyle struggles is with his speech articulation and most participating in group discussions. Has reading and math skills of someone in grade 1 or 2, which puts him behind his physical grade level by 3 or 4 years. He has a hard time with fine motor activities and holding his pencil for a long duration of time. He does not like unknown transitions, and therefore his CEA keeps his visual schedule up to date for him to be successful each and every day. Academics, Kyle's in 5th grade at Forest Hills Elementary. He has an IEP on a modified adaptive learning plan to work with his English and math. He has a full-time CEA and sees an SLP and an OT twice a month. Both are through private funding. Kyle's classes is that he only has 2 modified classes, math and English. The other ones are adaptive, science, socials, art, and music. This is where he's taught all the same lessons as his peers in grade 5, but has less requirements placed on him. For instance, his peers may have to answer 5 questions for homework, whereas he only has to provide the answer for 1. PE class, he's just the same as everyone else. He does not like to be different than his peers. Therefore, he chooses not to have physical adaptations, example, a designated quiet area, pencil grips, or a special chair. He does sit near the front of the class for his vision, though. Consequences for someone with Down syndrome is socially for Kyle, his articulation can be strained for his peers to understand him. Academically, math and English hinders him to progress. He has reached plateaus for these classes. Cognitively, he struggles with unknown transitions. In the past, where he's had a new teacher and CEA, he would run away and hide. Now he protests, whines, complains, or procrastinates. He never yells or resorts to physical violence. In the end, he still ends up accomplishing his tasks. Physically, he has very good gross motor skills, but lacks behind in fine motor skills, where he takes regular breaks from writing assignments. So when certain loud noises bother him, he simply covers up his ears. His short-term goals will be able to write a full sentence in his written work, strengthen his fine motor to write 1 minute longer per writing activity before needing a break, and be able to mark unknown transitions during regular school hours. By the end of grade 5, he'll be able to write 3 sentences in a row to complete a short paragraph in his written work, strengthen his fine motor skills enough to take only 2 breaks instead of 5 within a lesson, and do 3 out of 5 successful unknown transitions a week without protesting. Ways to support Kyle socially is continue his SLP sessions and reinforce these strategies both at home and at school to develop his articulation and continue to do his team sports. Emotionally, cognitively, each day, CA will review his schedule and discuss it together, say things may stay the same or some may change, and that's okay. Together they can brainstorm ways to handle it if they were to change. Adaptive, he can continue to use manipulatives for math class, continue to sit near the front of the class, and have fewer reminders or demands placed on him with academic work. Math and English class will be subject-based to his understanding level rather than curriculum-based level, and physically continue to see the OT. Tools to help Kyle. CEA, support him academically, use adaptations, and collect data. SLP and OT 2 times a month to strengthen his articulation and fine motor skills. The teacher to work collaboratively with the school-based team and adapt his teaching style where needed. Resource teacher to communicate. Communication is key. Strong school-based team with the CEA and teacher, and manipulatives provide visual and concrete objects needed to help strengthen his skills. To collect data for Kyle is through a calendar. This is through check marks, and the blue check marks indicates he was successful in making unknown transitions with or without protest, and the purple ones show that he was able to write a full sentence. At the end of the week, tally up the marks. You could even determine if there are any patterns. For instance, in the margin, you could write, seems to be able to be a little bit easier to complete near the beginning of the week rather than the end of the week. He enjoys Lego and card games and some soccer. Some physical traits can be small mouth, making the tongue appear large, small, short, flat nose, and short, broad hands, low muscle tone. Some health characteristics: genetical heart defects, vision problems, hearing problems, and hypotonia, diminished muscle tone. These can be present at birth, some appear much later, and some even disappear with age. I hope everyone has had a great time meeting my little dude named Kyle, and I hope everybody has a great, wonderful day. Bye.